like to talk today about the purpose and conduct of voir dire or jury selection. There are two main things that you want to try to accomplish in the conduct of your jury selection. The first is really the primary purpose is to uncover potential jury bias or juror bias, meaning I want to try to identify those jurors that no matter how good of a case I put on, it's going to be difficult or impossible for those jurors to find in favor of my client. The second is to build rapport. The second purpose of jury selection is to build rapport with the jury. It's the first time you're going to have the opportunity to be in front of them. It's really the only time that you're going to get to interact with them directly to where they actually can talk with you. And so building rapport is important. Let's talk about the building rapport aspect first. If you want to be appealing and interesting to the jury, the best way to do that is to be interested in them. If you can approach voir dire with a genuine curiosity and be a good listener, that goes a long way towards building rapport. Secondly, be conscious and respectful of the jury's time. If you don't know why you're asking a certain line of questions, if you don't have a clear-cut plan for what it is you're trying to accomplish during jury selection, you're likely to waste time and not appear to be respectful of the jury's time, and that is actually a big reason why a lot of lawyers up front lose respect and therefore aren't able to gain and maintain rapport with the jury. As it relates to uncovering bias, what we're really trying to identify is bias against our client. Some lawyers will tell you that you are trying to actually identify and gain favor with those jurors who are potentially biased in a way that is favorable to your case. I believe that complicates things too much. Really what you're trying to do is you're trying to identify those jurors, again, who have a bias that will impact you negatively. In order to do that, you need to get the jury talking, and obviously before you get them talking, you need to identify what topics it is that you want to address with them. Let's use an example of a case where I represent a defendant that is a corporation. I want to identify potential biases that the prospective jurors may have against the corporation. I want to start in terms of the specific, and then I want to go out to the more general. The specific obviously would be, have any of these jurors had any negative experience that give them any negative feelings whatsoever about this particular corporation? So that's the specific. On the broader end, I want to try to identify jurors who just have a general anti-corporate bias. So I start with the specific and then I go out to the more general. Specific, any feelings specifically about this particular corporation, and then I go more general and in broad, any feelings, negative feelings whatsoever about corporations in the broader sense. I can do the same thing as it relates to particular witnesses in my case. Let's say the corporation is a trucking company and it involves a trucking accident. I want to know, does any juror have any negative experience whatsoever with my particular truck driver? Does anyone know him? To the extent that anyone has heard of him, do they have any negative experiences or feelings whatsoever about the individual? And then maybe I go a little bit broader. Do you have any negative feelings about truck drivers? Maybe I go a little bit broader than that. Do you have any negative feelings about trucks? That's basically the approach. I want to establish rapport, and then I want to identify potential biases that people may have that are adverse to me being able to present my case to a fair group of people. And I want to get those people talking so that I can get them identified and then decide, do I have grounds for challenge for cause? And if I don't, is this someone that I need to use one of my preemptory challenges on? If you want to talk any more about voir dire or any other trial practice topics, my name is Jim Gordon, and I can be contacted at james.gordon@ansalaw.com.